Tom had a go at me for it. Tom Hardy on somebody sent it to me and he said, "Oh, you should be grateful. People want to see your film."
You saw that?
Yeah.
Hello, Simon Pegg. How are you?
I'm very well. Nice to be back.
So I'm quite into finding out about people's evening routine at the moment. I feel like it says a lot about somebody, what they get up to at night. So what's like a typical night for you if you're not busy?
I'm a homebody, so I love being at my house. So in the evenings, we'll usually, me and my wife and my daughter and my dogs will all be in the part of the house we call the snug, which is where we watch TV and stuff. I might stay up and watch maybe an hour television show like Severance, something that I love, you know, a bit of adult television, you know. You
ever tempted, when everyone has gone to bed, you ever tempted to watch one of your own films? Maybe watch back one of the classics.
The girls, like Mo and Tilly will say, "Oh, can we put on Shaun of the Dead or something?" And I'm always like, "No, I don't want to watch it again."
It's a bit like, all right, just that one bit that I really, really like, but then we're going to watch something else.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And then I start watching it and go, no, this is really good.
I forgot how good this was. We've just seen the trailer for Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning. As soon as I saw Tom hanging from a vintage plane, it's got the classic scene from almost 30 years ago where he's like dangling from a rope. We're in a room full of lasers. You still get that same excitement. Do you still get excited to see Tom in action?
I do. I the hairs on the back of my neck stood up watching that trailer, and I'm in it, and I know what happens. And you know, all the behind the scenes stuff is a clear memory for me. But it's still, and that's a testament to Chris McQuarrie, you know, the director. The people that put that trailer together, it's beautifully edited. You know, the way that it cuts between, you know, the things he's done in the past, like falling off the helicopter, going into him jumping across the, you know, it's just so well put together. And the knife, you know, Krieger's knife from the first film, which then Tom has in his hand in The Final Reckoning, it just gave me goosebumps, which is mad because I'm in it.
So I imagine quite mixed emotions with this. Obviously, really excited that everyone gets to see it, but it's the end of a beautiful era as well. You've been part of the family since 2006, and so how do you feel about this? And sort of, how do you deal with coming to the end of an era like this?
Well, it's 20 years ago this year that I stepped onto the set of Mission Impossible 3 for the first time. And it's been such a ride, you know. I mean, I've literally been all over the world with it. I've seen and done really exciting things, got to be part of a genuine kind of, you know, Hollywood blockbuster, and it's been amazing. But I feel good. I feel happy and content, you know. It was an incredible experience for me, and I'll always treasure it.
Is it going to be like the greatest rap party of all time? Like, I'm imagining, is Tom going to is he going to come down from a helicopter with like a tray full of Olivons and party rings? And like, come on.
Can I tell you a secret?
Please do. Yeah.
I never go to rap parties.
Is there a reason why?
Yeah.
And I'm not going to tell you.
You know what it is? Like, the people that you... like, particularly with these two films, Dead Reckoning and Final Reckoning, we shot them back to back at a very challenging time, you know, because of COVID and also then the actor strike. So the whole process took 5 years. So those people become your family. You kind of see them a bit more than you do your own family, you know. And the idea of... Imagine going to a family gathering, you know, when all your relatives get really drunk. It's not fun. So I don't go to the rap parties for that reason, because it's like going to a family wedding.
Right.
There's always going to be a punch-up.
Yeah.
There's always going to be drunk crying.
Yeah, Uncle Eddie's kicking off again.
Yeah, it's like, no thanks.
Right.
I'll see you on Instagram.
Right. I want to leave with good memories. Right? Leave it on a high.
Yeah.
Tom's famous for doing a lot of his own very dangerous stunts.
All of his own stunts.
Have you ever felt tempted to like step in and be like, all right, Tom, can we like maybe let somebody with a padded suit come and do this one? This one looks really...
What, to hand over to a stunt professional?
Yeah.
No, I tell you for why. It's because Tom, for the longest time, has recognized the value of him doing the stunts rather than a stunt person. Because for a start, if you hand over to a stunt actor, it becomes all about the stunt. It's not really about the character anymore, because the stunt actor isn't an actor. The stunt actor is an incredibly adept physical professional, but they're not an actor. Tom delivers a line in freefall in Dead Reckoning when he goes off the cliff on the bike, and I'm talking to him on the radio, And he says, I'm trying to escape from this mountain. If that was a stunt person, he could never have done that. The line couldn't have done that. And there's something for the audience as well, knowing that it's him, thinking, how the heck do they even insure him for this? It's another level of enjoyment. And he just gets that. He understands that that's important. And he cares so much about the audience's reaction to the films that he will literally risk his life. And it's terrifying? Yes.
Yeah.
Have I been scared for his life at times? Several times. But, it's paid off so far.
So far, so good. Do you get it all out of your system whilst he's filming? Is Tom like that in real life? Do you ever be hanging out and he'll be like, bet I could abseil from that skyscraper? Come on, let's do it. Let's go.
No, he's very normal in real life. He's kind of like, he's just a very focused professional guy. He really cares about his work. He throws everything into it, We've done stuff, like we went shark diving in South Africa and we went zip lining in Morocco, just as something to do between when we weren't shooting. He definitely loves the adrenaline stuff.
Do you?
Yeah, I love it.
Like I'm saying, if Tom asked me to go shark diving, I don't feel like I could say no. But I don't really want to, but I do want to hang out with Tom.
It was so cool. Me and Pom, Clementi F and Haley Atwell, Tarzan, Greg Davis, and Tom were all in this cage.
Simon, you've given us several iconic British comedy masterpieces over the years. Hot Fuzz, The World's End, Run, Fat Boy, Run. My personal favourite, Shaun of the Dead. Are we ever going to see a sequel to any of these?
No. And the reason is because we kind of wanted to make those, particularly with Shaun and Hot Fuzz and The World's End, they were kind of sequels themselves to the, it was a sort of thematic trilogy kind of thing. The thing is with a sequel is that you have to undo the resolution of the first film in order to give the character a new problem, which kind of makes the first film feel like when you watch it again, you're going to be like, oh, well, they've got through this, but they're still going to have to go through that. The best example I can give is Alien 3, right? At the beginning of Alien 3, everything Ripley fights for at the end of Aliens is undone and made and it makes, when you watch Aliens again, and she's going through all that stuff to save Newt and Hicks at the end, having watched Alien 3, you're thinking, I wouldn't bother if I were you, And so some stories do end, and I think it's important that some stories end. Some stories lend themselves to sequelization. Mission, Star Wars, all those films that are kind of ongoing, the superhero movies, you can have more adventures with those characters. But some stories end, and for us, Shaun, Hot Fuzz, and The World's End ended.
I mean, first of all, I'm glad you answered it like that, and I am absolutely kidding. The last time you were on and we had a chat, your please stop asking me, which is the question that you are tired of answering.
Yeah. And then Tom had a go at me for it.
Well, your please stop asking me was, stop asking me if there's going to be a sequel to any of my films.
Yeah, but I have professional respect for
right,
you.
and you're so nice that you answered it anyway.
I saw a clip of Tom Hardy on, somebody sent it to me saying that, and he said, oh, you should be grateful people want to see your film.
You saw that?
Yeah.
Some should be grateful that people ask him if his movie's going to be made, to be fair.
Well,
you know what I mean? Harsh, innit?
Well, you're like
Tom,
you're like the example we use on like confused celebrities when they don't get the bit. They're like, "What do you mean? Please stop asking me." I'm like, "Well, Simon Pegg said, please stop approaching him in the street and asking, are there going to be any sequels to any of my films?" No, not going to be any sequels. Genuinely, that is the example that we use.
I'm honoured
for celebrities. Is there one that you would like to add to the list? Considering like Tom Hardy might also hear this as well. Is there a please stop asking me, a question that you feel like it comes up quite a lot, and you feel like at this point in your career, you've probably answered it quite enough?
Yes. Probably why is it called Mission Impossible if you always succeed? And it's like, well, it would be boring if it was called Mission Maybe.
Mission Possibly.
Mission Possible. You'd be like, oh, I've seen it now.
Mission Possible.
But the point is, each mission is more and more difficult, and probably is impossible to anyone other than Ethan Hunt and his band of merry spies,
We asked around the office for what we reckon you get asked all the time.
Go on.
Confirm some of these, right?
Okay, great.
What's Tom Cruise really like?
All the time.
Yeah, I imagine. This was quite nice. You have a lovely voice. Can you start a podcast?
Do you know what? Me and Nick have been talking about that recently, Nick Frost and me. But because everyone else is doing it, it's like, whoa, we should do this. Nick and I spent the weekend together at a convention in Washington, D.C., just this last weekend. And it was so lovely just to be hang out together. But we talk every day on the phone, but we don't see each other very often because we live in different parts of the country. So it was really nice. And the idea of doing a podcast with him and getting to hang out with him a little bit is great. So maybe.
If you want me to have a word with some of the bigwigs here, Simon, I'll talk to the bosses at Global. They'll get you an exclusive, mate. Don't worry. You and Nick talking about films. People would love that.
Oh, it would be great.
Simon, thank you so much for talking to us.
You're welcome, man.
Thank
It's
you.
nice to see you.
This is